Continuing
tonight on Two C's in a Pod, 96.7 on your Two C's in a pod, 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 because we're two C's in a pod, just like two C's in a pod, two C's in a pod at gmail.com.
Hey, you don't need to tell me anything about shooting blanks. Welcome to Two C's in a Pod, everyone, where my co-host name is Cam Osborne, shooting some blanks today.
I'll be honest, Cam. I'll be honest. We're going to deep on the show. Early on, of course, my name is Cameron Osborne. Two C's in a Pod. We're driving home from work, which is all fine and good, Cam. It's not that I'm shooting blanks. It's that I've never let one slip past the goalie, so I don't know. Does that ring any sort of... Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're not getting the puck across the line, as they say.
The puck's never been across the line, nor has the ref called it a goal, and then there was a coach's challenge, and then upon further review, the goal was actually rescinded.
Right.
Neither of those situations involving has occurred to me, so I think there was a point where I did actually start to wonder to myself, like, maybe...
You're not a goal scorer?
I mean, there's some, Scott Stevens isn't out there, he's not out there doing these flashy around the net. He's not in your top three of your penalty shots, or, your tie breakers. But Scott Stevens was out there banging bodies.
Ty Domi. How many goals does Ty Domi get?
I'd rather... I don't know if I want to be compared. I don't know if I like the Ty Domi comparison, but I know what you're saying. We can't all be out there being a bunch of Paul Correas.
Paul Correa? No, we can't. But some of us have to. You ever hear the term pulling your goalie?
I have heard the term about pulling your goalie. I'll be honest. I do like pulling the goalie, even if I'm ahead by a bunch of goals. I'll still pull the golie rather than
almost
just leave him in.
celebrate.
I don't want to leave him in the whole time. Fatiguing him for the next game. So I'll 100% of my games, I'll take the goalie out.
I think they call that load management.
It's load management. Sure, when Kawhi Leonard does it, everyone's all shits and giggles. But when I try to do it,
you get called a sex criminal. Hey, plowing ahead here. Just came off. I feel like this is a weird time because this is gonna be confusing. We record on Mondays. No, we don't. We don't record on Mondays, but all fun things happen on weekends. So pretty much
fun things happen on weekends. That is true.
Fun things happen on weekends, especially sports. So we had some prop bets.
Okay.
This is basically old news now because the fights have been over for a week now, as we all know. Mm-hmm. But we got to settle up, Cam.
Yeah, you know what, Cam? There's certain aspects of the show which would occur on a week-to-week basis, i.e., you wanting to talk about a UFC match or...
It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it does though. It does though. As long that's the thing. It's when the show breaks the context of time. We're gonna take a step back here. I'm gonna pull a little Deadpool action and kind of break the fourth wall, or is it break the third wall since it's an audio medium? But anyways,
interesting. Headphones.
I wonder what it is. But anyways, I'm looking. I'm speaking right to the listener right now. We record. Recording the show before the release date ensures an equal release date no matter what, because life happens. There's going to be a day where we're supposed to record the podcast, and you're going to text me, "Hey, Darla's got the shits."
Darla's got the shits.
And guess what?
Darla's acting up. She's gonna be barking the whole time.
And that means that we'd have to displace our
Put her
time.
down. Oh.
Take one of the ones with the better names. But it just so happens, I think, in the past couple of weeks, we've had a consistent recording day that ends up being much earlier than you would think.
Yeah, it's just a weird schedule because, like I said, all sports happen on weekends. So let's say I want to cover.
That's a good point. Except Monday Night Football.
Except Monday Night Football. which will bring me later on to our. We'll get to that later. Anyway, let's settle out some prop bets here. Let's
go for it.
So, last week we had made a prediction, and I guess the viewers maybe they paid attention, maybe they did. Big loss for Conor McGregor, knockout in the first round. So that let's go over first of all. Cam, I don't know if you've watched the fights yourself, but Bruce Buffer starts off the show. Did you keep a timer on?
No, I didn't watch any of this. I know you would have been, and this was also the only bet that I think I may have had a chance. So Cam, give it to me.
You said it would be over 3 minutes.
Okay.
It'd be over 167 seconds.
Right. Okay.
Plowed past that. He was at 3 minutes exactly.
Oh, baby.
Jesus, man, he couldn't stop because with these fights, there's just so many advertisers. This fight is brought to you by Devour, the only food which is refrigerable and can eat. In the meantime, don't just eat your food, devour it. Also brought to you by GameStop, the number. And you just like fucking go on, man.
Like, why can't they do this before? But that'll happen. It's just the entire pageantry of the event. I knew this was going to be longer. The big fight, the big stage. You're already up until 2 a.m. fucking anyways.
Oh my God, was it late? I got to bed at I made it home by 1:30, and then I obviously wanted to watch the post-fight coverage, so I watched it on my phone in bed alone until 2 o'clock. So it was a late night.
Jesus Christ,
sorry, folks.
Cam.
Okay, so you won that one. Next up, was Proper 12 discussed in the Octagon interview?
Oh, yeah. So I said no, but the words proper and 12 will be far apart from each other. I think I may have said something like that.
So they were not anywhere close to each other, nor were they ever connected, or were they ever said at all.
Damn.
He never said like, oh, he had a proper right hand or anything. But maybe on the 12th we can reunite. No, there was none of that.
A proper right in the 12th round. Just something.
Yeah, there you go.
boxing
Somehow
like.
there's a 12 round ended in the first. And third of all, we asked, will this go the distance? You said no. You said yes. I said
yes.
no.
Yeah.
So so that means I owe you $1.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm not gonna go. Listen, anything you know about gambling is never take a loss. Just double down, right? If the first thing they teach in gambling school, you lost, you better make it back, right? 'Cause what are you gonna walk out? You fucking quitter.
By the way, Cam, interestingly, you said you're taking those online courses at gambling school, and I gotta say, the room behind you is looking bare, as if a lot of things have maybe been sold. There was a mirror back there at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I call it investing, right? You have to, if you want to make your money back that you lost, you have to put money into it. So. How am I going to make my money this week? Well, next weekend is the Super Bowl. Think about it.
Oh, you're looking at me. Oh, yes, Cam. It
Yes.
is. It is the Super Bowl here. Chris Collingsworth here.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Holy
Yeah,
smokes, folks. It's Tom Brady versus, who's the other guy?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Oh, my God. It's the face-off of a century. Have they played each other this year, Cam?
No.
Listen, I'm not here for analysis. I'm here for gambling. And I'll tell you what. I got four prop bets here that I can't lose. I can't lose them. I'm going to tell them to you. You're going to pick who you want, okay?
Okay.
I don't fucking know the teams that are playing. It's the Somali Pirates versus the Falcons or some shit. Who knows?
Okay.
What's the other team? Chiefs?
Neither one of those teams. Neither one.
You sure?
A buccaneer is like an old school pirate. Like it's like an "Ar matey, yo ho,"
Right.
and a bottle of
Not
rum.
like
They're not
I am the
proclaiming to
captain.
be the captain now. They're just.
Can we say his name?
I forget already. It was Abduwali
I am.
something. Abduwali something. We'll check it later.
Notes and corrections. Anyway, Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Royals?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. No?
The defending champion Chiefs. That's correct, Cam.
Chiefs. Are you allowed to say that? The Chiefs?
We're working on that. We've already, because of course, we have the Washington football team.
Right.
They've removed their moniker. I know, we have the Edmonton football team. So, it's a work in progress.
A guy at my work, because there's a lot of political conflict right now, keeps saying that right now, Cam, we got too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. And I go, yes, sir. And I just keep plowing ahead. So anyway, we'll keep plowing ahead here because that's all I know how to do. How many songs are played, Cam, in the halftime game? Over, under 8.
The halftime game. Is that what you just said?
Sports.
Oh my Lord. I don't even know who the person is.
It's The Weeknd.
The Weeknd is the person.
I'm a star boy.
Yeah, but does The Weeknd have 8 songs that we can medley into one? And that'll be
probably.
assuming I'm going to say at least one guest who's going to come and sing a song of that. So like a Weeknd / that person's song or just another person's song.
I'll name you some of the hits. Blinding Lights. Bam, bam, but down, 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 down. You know that one? That's fine. Your eyes are glazing over. Save Your Tears. I don't know how that one goes. In Your Eyes. That just reminds me of
Phil Collins.
In Your Eyes, the light, the heat. Starboy. Who doesn't know that one? Heartless. How could you be so heartless? It's too late. It's called Too Late. Too late to apologize. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. That song's about cocaine. And the next one is The Hills. I feel it coming, and In the Night. So I know about 3 of those songs.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think 6 of those that you said are not songs by The Weeknd.
Well, they are. It's just the same name.
I'm going to take the over on that one.
You're going to take the over. So Cam Osborne, Cam LeClaire, you're going to take the over.
Thank you.
And I will take the under. Okay, I get the pick on this one.
Okay.
The color of the first shirt he comes out in. Now, I think we could go a bunch of different colors, but we all know it's probably going to be some variation of black.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Wait, this one we're just betting.
I'm
what we
saying
think
I'm saying it is or isn't black. What do you think? Or should we say like pick a color? Because I feel like it's probably going to be black. Who
Okay,
doesn't
well
know
I think
black?
that's fine. Yeah, I think if black's your choice, you pick black.
Oh, okay. I'm picking black then. What do you pick?
I'm picking red.
Ooh.
I'm feeling good with the
Spicy.
red. And of course, we'll have to deliberate if was a shade of something. If a cyan comes up, we can talk about it.
We can chat about it. We can discuss. Okay. The color of the Gatorade poured on the winning coach.
Now this is the classic prop bet. This is the one you can. But yeah, this is the classic Super Bowl prop bet, and I got to go with my gut. I got to pick the same color every single year, because to me it is it's the only true Gatorade flavor color, and that's yellow. That's the lemon lime yellow.
So I'll come back to this after because I want to mention this. I'm going to take orange on that one.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, it wasn't the original color and flavor, but you can go with that.
And finally, how many times will Joe Biden's name be mentioned? Over, under, 1.
Just throughout the entire broadcast.
Whole broadcast.
Whole broadcast.
I'm not watching it. I'm leaving this one to you.
You're leaving this one to me?
I guess we can look.
We can look
up the
it up
results
unless you made up this bet yourself.
No, I found this on the internet.
Yeah, this one's good. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say they don't say it at all. I'm gonna take the 0.
All right, I'm gonna say over them. I'm gonna say. I say yes. You say no. Now this one doesn't make any sense to me because it did say over under 1. What if it's only once? Shouldn't it be a half? Anyway, back to my Gatorade point here. So
There was a point?
there's a story, not just a point. I have friends
Good for you.
who I cycle with. Okay. they're brothers. And Cam, I know that you don't have any brothers, so you don't know, but you know how brothers fight.
I've seen such films as Home Alone. I've seen such films as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Is your life just based on movies that you've seen?
I've
That's how you
also
perceive
seen
reality?
such films as The Sixth Sense. There was no brother in that one. Pay It Forward. That was the one I was thinking of. Pay It Forward.
Yeah, haven't seen that one. Anyway, brothers fight, and the two guys that I go cycling with, they're brothers, and they bicker about bullshit all the time. And I even rode to Niagara Falls with 3 of them, and the whole ride, it was just like consistent bullshit. Just all kinds of stupid stuff. Anyway, at one point, one brother says like, hey, can you get us some Gatorade? So the one brother goes inside and picks up 3 red Gatorade.
3
comes
red?
back out.
It's not a very big variety. At least got a
3
couple
red
different
Gatorade.
flavors.
3 red Gatorade. His brothers lose it on him. They're like, what the fuck are you thinking? Why would you get 3? And they can't stand the guy. Right? They're like, why would you not? He's like, who fucking, you didn't say what color of Gatorade to get. And now I'm in the middle of this deliberation.
Now you're in it. So now you've inserted yourself into
No. They're asking me like, dude, what the fuck? Like, dude, what do you, Cam? If you're getting a Gatorade, are you getting a red? That's the worst color. And then the other guy's like, you didn't say the color you wanted. I grabbed 3. You said get 3. This is the whole weekend, by the way. But anyway, I want to get your take on this.
Yeah, I feel like that's I wonder if I feel like that's that happens to siblings who didn't get to know each other well enough on like a very, very personal level when they were young, and now that they're older, they're trying to, because they want to be hip and kind of have a relationship with that older sibling. Because if you don't know, and like. I don't really know how the relationship would work, but if I think about it like a partner, you would know the kind of Gatorade your partner would want, or if you're going to get cake, you would know the type of cake that someone's going to get.
If I'm going to get Gatorade, what am I going to pick?
Cam, I don't know, but
whoa, okay, then you're making assumptions. You have flawed assumptions.
What I'm saying is,
but you're saying is wrong. There's nothing to it if you already made a mistake. Okay, what does your partner get for a Gatorade?
She wouldn't get Gatorade.
But she says, hey, you can't grab me a Gato.
A Gato. Yeah, I should ask. I feel like she'd be an orange gal. Because red just has no flavor. Blue's the best to look at. But besides the point, all I'm saying is you shouldn't be surprised if your sibling has a certain, is favors one thing over the other. They're your sibling.
I'm just asking
you should kind of know that
I'm
already.
just asking you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna react to that poorly? If you're like, hey Cam, hungover, can you grab me a Gato?
Yeah.
Right, I pop out of the car, and I come back with 2 reds. Are you gonna look at me like, what is actually wrong with you?
Oh, maybe that's a good point too. Where with a friend, you would say thank you for the nice gesture and you would take it. But with a sibling, there's kind of like this constant jab attitude where it's like,
and there's no problem with it because you'll always love each other. But
exactly,
you're allowed to just
maybe that's what it is. I mean, honestly, the blame truly falls to everyone involved. The people who asked for the Gatorade should have been specific on color and flavor.
Hey, listen,
and
this is a court of law here. We're trying to assign blame and a punishment.
The purchaser should have been like, hey, Gatorade's on me. What flavor do you guys want? That's quick.
Right.
And then you have to make let's say there's no red when you get in there and someone wants red. Then you have to make the snap decision of like, fuck, dude, sorry, there was no red. I got you orange.
Get you an orange.
Right? I think the fucking Winklevoss twins and brother that you were hanging out with are just a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. They're both engineers, but fuck, they're quite dumb.
Some people also just communicate by arguing. There's also kind of that. There's people who that's the way that they kind of talk, especially with their family. It like feels agitated to us, but it's not actually agitated. You know, like when 2 dogs are fighting and they snarl their teeth at each other, and that's them having a gay old time, but it does look like they're about to fucking claw each other's faces off.
Yep.
It's probably more just kind of like that, and we're on the outside of it, and we don't know what it's like.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong on that one. I mean, I can think of how me and my sister sprat, but she's mean. She's a woman. As a sister, she is a woman.
Cam, I don't think that was necessary. She/her is okay.
She/her is a woman.
She/her.
And she is brutal. She'll just tell me, like, you look fat. And I'm like, God damn it.
But see,
Like-
you have to be the older brother, unfortunately. You
And then I
can't
kick her.
just you can't just look down, you look fat. Well, you
Can't
look
be
like
like,
a dumb
"Oh."
bitch. Like, you
Yeah.
can't just say that, unfortunately. But I hope that you kind of eventually have a relationship where you could, maybe.
I'm not gonna drop it that hard. I know how to poke buttons, though. Like the thing is with siblings
I thought
know
you
this.
pushed buttons.
Whatever, poke, push, it's all the same. You learn to push like the perfect button to be like, this one's gonna be the one that like loses it, and you sometimes you save it for nuclear times, and other times you just leave it alone. Like, well, I'm the favorite,
Exactly. Say
right?
something like that.
I mean, you wouldn't know that, but
I would.
anyway, yeah. So that's diverting from my Gatorade story. So that's our prop bets for the week. We'll put another $70-$80 each one. For
That was
it. Yeah, that's
fantastic,
fine.
Cam. For the future, what is your Gatorade color of choice? Give me your main and a backup.
We go lemon lime is always good. And then I prefer the Gatorade Zero just because don't drink your calories. Mm-hmm. And then I'd go lemon lime then white.
Lemon lime then white. So Cam, all you're saying is throughout all of this is that lemon lime is both of our favorite flavors of Gatorade.
I guess, yeah.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Etched in history itself. Cam, let's move along with the show. Let's get into everyone's favorite weekly segment, and that is, of course, our notes. Notes. We've got some notes.
Is there a song with
Got
this?
some notes. It plays over top. Glad to know you're listening to the podcast.
I
Back,
listen.
Cam. April is the cruelest month. I forget how that came up. But April is the cruelest month. It's the opening line to a T.S. Eliot poem called The Wasteland. We couldn't remember where it came from. And next, our next biggest note, we were
Are
talking.
you sure that was with me?
Yeah.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, it happens,
You were on a separate
baby.
podcast, to be honest.
It happens, baby. It just happens. But Cam, I think one of the biggest takeaways from last week's show, when we were talking about expensive porn collections, we were talking about the son whose parents threw out $29,000 worth of porn. And of course, while no one can put the price on, the sentimental value of magazines or cassettes, some people actually can put a value on it. So we're just gonna go over some expensive porn things. Just some real expensive porn things really quickly. We're gonna talk about the most expensive porno movie ever made.
Oh, I know the answer.
It's
Pirates.
freaky that you jumped right to it, Cam. I guess you were right. Pirates 2, Stagnetti's Revenge, released in 2008. So it's this Pirates of the Caribbean themed porno. And it had a budget of $8 million, which adjusted for today's inflation would be about $9.6 million.
Now, Cam, you know the movie industry better than I do. That's still pretty cheap, right?
That's still pretty cheap on that's pretty fucking expensive. That's pretty fucking expensive.
How much does a cheap movie go for?
Well, I mean, that's so hard to say about all those things, right? Because remember, like, a film's budget is included about how much you're paying the actors and actresses,
Oh, I guess, yeah.
right? Which is
Yeah.
which kind of happens, but you can see later. So yeah, $9.6 million when how much it cost. However, I do have to put a little asterisk beside it because although it may not be actually classified as a porno, the 1979 classic Caligula about the scandalous bisexual Roman Emperor Caligula cost at the time $17.5 million, which would be about $62.7 million today. If you haven't seen, have you seen or heard about this movie, Cam?
No, what is it?
So, if you haven't, folks at home, it was this movie, obviously about the Roman Emperor, produced entirely by Penthouse Magazine, with the porn stars acting in unsimulated orgy sex scenes, while Academy Award-winning actress Dame Helen Mirren leads the film alongside Peter O'Toole and Malcolm McDowell. You can find clips of this all over the place, and they're actual flat-out orgies. And then, like, the acting is happening. In Game of Thrones, when they'll walk into a brothel, and everyone's kind of, like, rubbing, but there's no actual penetration or sucking. Yeah, so picture those same kind of scenes, but with the full orgy and full pen and full everything. You've got to check out scenes on your favorite porn site. It wasn't even allowed to be released in United States theaters. They just banned it from ever coming in.
2 follow-up questions.
Only 2?
First one. What year was it again?
1979.
Okay, so we're getting some Bush. Second question is, there was an award-winning actor in there, you said, right?
Of course.
Did she win it for that performance?
No. She's Helen Mirren. No. She was.
I don't know who that is.
She was in the movie. Well, yeah, Cam. I'm talking to the folks listening to the podcast. We know you don't know who the actors are.
Yeah, fair enough. Is it Brad Pitt?
If it's not Brad Pitt, you don't know who it is. 2 more expensive porns. The most expensive porn magazine ever sold was, you could probably guess it, was the first ever issue of Playboy with Marilyn Monroe on the cover. There were only 70.
That was the first one?
You got it. There were only 70,000 issues printed because they didn't believe, it would actually be a success. And the highest that a copy of that magazine has gotten at an auction is $40,000.
Are the pages sticky?
That's the creepiest
Golden
part
question.
of it. That's why you never buy hand-me-down porn. And finally, 2 more. This could have been a top 5.
Yeah, I feel like you skimmed over that.
Well, guess what?
You made it a top.
It is now, baby.
Wait,
it is now,
it's a
baby.
top
Coming in
5.
at number 4. Here's a top 5. Here are 5 tips about things. 5 ways. No, it's just a top 5. Or number 2.
All right, we cut back quickly. Hey, Cam, do you have any segments for the show today? I'm acting here. Hey, Cam, nice seeing you. Do you have any segments for today? Like something?
Hey, I have some fun segments, and I hope we can play the segments. And you look good. And
you also look good.
Look at the. I need to tie my shoe.
Did you get a haircut?
And.
Oh, yes, and I found a barber, a blacksmith barber. He's a blacksmith and a barber.
Blacksmith barber. Barber with a blacksmith.
Barber with a black. Did I say it wrong?
Barbered blacksmith.
Barbered
the
blacksmith.
barber.
Ben the barbered blacksmith
Barber.
had a brush of black beauty
Black
beans.
bean bisque.
Bisque.
Coming in at number 2. I just realized I was looking at all these points and I was like, shit, this might as well just been a top 5. So coming in at number 2. Well, Cam, all the information I've said is still kind of pertains. And whenever you make a top 5, it's never the number 1. It's always just arbitrary. Coming in at number 2, there's a popular cam girl site called Chatterbait. Get it? It's like masturbate, but with chatting.
Like a chat.
Back in early 2008, Chatterbait saw its largest ever tip donated when a model named Fit Laris was given a tip of $16,917.
Damn, she must have been they must have been happy.
Yeah, they/them must have been very, very happy. I guess you don't know. It's all kind of where like you buy tokens on the website and then you give the tokens to the person. So
It's
it
like an
was
arcade.
kind of, yeah. So it was something like, it was 330,000 tokens, which comes out to about 16,000.
I wonder how
almost
much Chatterbait
17,000.
takes off that.
Yeah, that is a good question. Couldn't really find any of that kind of information. And obviously, the more popular cam girls are going to make a little more money than the
Cam ladies, Cam, could we maybe have
that's
some
good.
respect?
Yeah. Cam, they/them. Cam, and finally coming in at number 1. The most expensive porn domain ever purchased on off of somebody was the classic sex.com that was purchased
Nice.
for $13 million back in 2010.
You ever go to sex.com, Cam?
It was really funny. The ones that follow are like porn.com and then like porno.com. You got to think, further down the list, boobs.com is going to be there. It's kind of like
Nice.
anything that an 8-year-old with a keyboard and a mouse could.
What is it? I wonder where it goes to. I wonder if any of them are like just go to completely random things.
You never know. Never know. But there you have it. There was my kind of slopped together top 5 there. Some real expensive porn shit as a man who's literally never dropped a dime for pornography. It is incredible to see that the business is still supported.
Yeah, glad to hear it. And now that OnlyFans is a thing, the ladies they're back in business. Hey, you can't sell your body in Corona, but you can sell your body online. This is brought to you by Nicole Davidson on OnlyFans, big sponsor of the show. Thanks, Nicole. Check out those pictures online. Nicole XXC.
That sounded a little too personal, Cam. That's all we got. That's all we got for the top 5-ness.
I don't know Nicole Davidson, by the way. Hey, let's keep plowing ahead. I had another social situation, Cam. Remember those people that I told you about who were trying to block my way into the superstore or the grocery store?
Well, of course, this was one of the biggest stories in recent biggest
stories
kind of thing. Yeah.
So, plop them back in there. Got to get some groceries. Got to make some dinner. Anyway,
rivet. As
just
most
a burp.
people enter
Burp.
the grocery store to do so.
Sorry, I just had a smoothie. Anyway. God
Jesus
damn it.
Christ.
Had a banana
Cam.
in it.
Had a banana?
Yeah.
There's something wrong with you.
Anyway, so they got rid of the old lady because I feel like she probably had her heart shattered when that lady was like, he doesn't want one, and I don't fucking want one either.
Very dramatic.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they replaced it with the high school crew, which is 2 people in high school that are wearing like Supreme shirts under their Food Basics vests with the parted hair. I think there might be 1 or 2 AirPods in each ear, both of them. So I don't know how they're communicating. They might be on the phone with each other. Anyway, so now you have these bozos holding the line, right? Really making sure that these people are not going to be fined for having overcapacity. Really holding the world accountable. Not this guy. This guy's not playing these fucking games. And I'm not taking shit from 2 high schoolers either.
Absolutely not.
So now they've upgraded the system.
Okay, so what's the system now? So, by the way, it's taken a few weeks, I guess, to upgrade the system. Of course, this is something that I feel like has been a part of my life for what feels like years now.
So now they have 1 guy. I don't know why they need 2 people for this again. They have 1 guy push the cart in front of you when you walk in to like physically stop you from coming in. And then the other guy tells you the regulation and has a clicker in his hand to count the amount of people.
Yeah.
Why the first step? I don't know. So what I do is the first person in front of me gets bogged down because they hit the wall, right? And, she's like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Like, why are you putting this? And they're like, it's not me. It's the government. They need to track. And she's probably asking questions like, you have a clicker in your hand. Why the fuck do I have to take a cart? And they're probably like, I don't know, because my boss told me to. While this is going on, I just walk around them. I'm in. Scot-free. Yeah, who knows if my numbers are counted. Anyway, that's all.
I still don't get what the fuck they're doing out there in Kitchener. I still
Why do
don't
you have two of
understand
them? Is a
why
better
they're-
question.
I don't understand why they're giving carts away. It still doesn't make sense.
They're probably paying close to $30 an hour to have two people stand there when you only need one. Maybe they need a company. Who knows? These guys, like the crew there, it's like 4 or 5 high schoolers, and I'm sure you could write a sitcom about it because they definitely have a time of their lives. I always see them like talking shit. They're probably talking shit about customers all the time. Maybe I should start chatting with them. Be like, "Yo, give me the scoop. What's going on? Right? What's Kathy up to?
You guys got some
Who you
Adderall?
crushing on? Who you crushing on? You crushing on aisle 6? I ever tell you about the time me and Connor went to the pharmacy to pick up something, and these like high schoolers walked up to us, and they pick up a bottle of cough syrup, and they look at Connor and I, and they go, "Is this the shit that gets you fucked up?" And we're like so disappointed that we're the people that they ask. You know, it's like, oh God, you know, we look that bad. And Connor's like, he actually knew the answer. He's like, no, they don't sell that anymore. Like, that's just gonna, probably make your stomach feel pretty shitty if you chug that. They're like, all right, man. And that was it. And then they were kept. I think they went and asked the pharmacist after that for, is this the shit that gets you fucked up? She's like, I hate my life.
I went to school for 6 years to have kids ask me if they can get high on cough syrup.
Yeah, so tough crowd we running. So this is the story of my life. I don't know if you watched that show.
Nope.
It was that show on MTV, The Bucket List.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the theme song. This is the story of my life.
And
fuck, I'm off.
So you know
off the rails.
You know the one line, and then you're like, "What do you mean you've never heard of this song?" This is the story of my life.
Story of my life.
No follow up.
It's a story where this guy, I think it only lasts for one season. He's like, I realized that my life was going nowhere and I was die one day, so I needed to complete a bucket list. And I made a show of it with my 4 friends, and we're all handsome young gentlemen in our 20s, and we're going to do things and film it. This is the story of my life.
Do things like sex and film it? Do things?
What?
You said
do
things and film it. Oh, no.
Yeah, you jump out of planes and film it.
Okay.
You know, God, your mind is in the gutter. Just because we talked about the top 5 porn movies, you can't get it. You cannot get Pirates 2 out of your head.
It's out of my head. You were the one who
my head.
You were the one. Oh my God! You don't even know the song. You need to stop proclaiming that I need to know things and then have no follow up as to why.
What do you know?
You don't know this one MTV show? You don't know this one?
Yeah,
when I brought up
called
Next,
Bucket
you had
List.
never heard of Next. It's a classic.
What's next? Cigarettes?
It's an instant classic. No, we would have gone over this like 30 episodes ago.
Next, is that the Adam Sandler movie?
No.
No, that's Click, and that's with Will Smith.
What? That's Hitch. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm off the rails?
I think there's a movie called Click where maybe it's
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
No, it's you got it right.
that-
You got it right. Yeah,
No,
Adam
that's a
Sandler's the
different
one
movie.
in Click, and he can control if he goes
Oh, okay.
forward or back. And then Will Smith is in Hitch, where he's like a teach you how to date kind of guy. But I think maybe your mind may have been connected because I think Kevin James is in both.
Oh,
So
what
I
is this, a
think
crossover
that
episode?
it was maybe it was like a crossover of the character.
Yeah, he is always just played the fat guy who is just oblivious to things and is like, "Oh, what do I know? But I have a loving relationship, or I can't get a relationship." One of the two.
Yeah,
Always gets friend zoned. Hey, I guess you get typecast, don't you?
I that's what they say.
Hey, that's what they say.
I've never heard anyone say it.
Someone said to me on the phone today, I picked up the phone, they're like, "Hey, it's Brian." I don't know who Brian is. I'm like, "Hey, Brian, how you doing?" And he's like, "Good, on the other side of the mountain." Don't know what that means.
Okay, that either means that he's literally on the other side of the mountain, right? Because you
Possible,
deal
because he
with
was
people,
calling from BC.
You deal with people in British Columbia.
Yeah.
So there is a very real possibility there.
Other side of the mountain. Or was it other side of the hill? I don't know.
Well, now
It was something like that that just didn't make any sense.
Well, now over the hill is the classic. Maybe like yesterday was his 40th birthday, so now he's over the hill.
Maybe. I don't know. I just told him I'd never heard that one before, and he was like, ha. Anyway, I'm calling because I'm from Enterprise, and we wanted to see if you needed any cars rented. And I'm like, have you seen the news in the past, I don't know, year? No one has left their home, sir.
Who's
No one.
Wait, why does Enterprise have like a beeline straight to your phone?
Fuck if I know, because I answer the phone for my company. Because sometimes people call asking real questions, not, do you need a fucking car to rent? No, I don't need a car to rent, Brian. Was it Brian, I think his name was? Fuck that guy. He was actually quite nice on the phone, but I was like, yeah, no, we haven't left, any of us. Like, we can't even go to the office. He's like, okay, like, do you want to set up a call where we can chat about, like, your business needs? I'm like, no. Like, we have zero business needs. Like, as far as we know, this could go on for years. What do we want to do? Set up a call and be like, so sometimes we go to the airport,
baby. Yeah, and it's a luxury. Treat yourself to a sedan every once in a while.
Also, I don't need to know how Enterprise Rent a Car works. You rent it, we pick you up. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. So
hey, question for you guys: how often do you go to the airport? I don't know, a few times a month. Okay, good to know. Good to know. We can definitely help with that.
Exactly.
Any other questions,
Leverage an option with Hertz. Be like, hey, well, I'll be honest. We don't want to talk to Enterprise because we got Hertz and budget in our left and right ear, playing a little shoulder devil and shoulder angel. You ever thought of that?
Who's your current provider? My car. Oh, it's a very bad option, I'll tell you.
Okay. It's a really slow day when you're getting, in your life personally, when you're getting really fired up about car rentals.
I was just surprised that someone said, on the other side of the hill.
Oh, that's all right. That's still what we were trying to get out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got more shit to talk about, but hey, I feel like I've covered this podcast with just a bunch of my bullshit that doesn't matter.
It's been a lot of bullshit that probably it matters.
That's what they all say.
I was opening up the email inbox, and we didn't get an email, but we actually got a voicemail.
Oh, good.
Could you believe it?
They didn't call my phone.
Well, because you've been
it's
working
Brian.
at your other job. I've been spending a lot of time here. I'm at the point now where we can't really afford security to be constantly guarding the bottomless piggy bank. Of course, Cam. It's a giant porcelain pig with his pants pulled around his ankles, exposing his bottom, making him truly bottomless. So I've just been doing a lot of the work, just myself, kind of guarding and making sure all the funds are safe. And just keeping the phone lines open. So here we have a voicemail. Let's listen.
Hey guys, this is Felicia Saitoti calling. Just calling you from prison. I'm sorry that I haven't called in a little while, but the cell reception here in San Jose prison is pretty abysmal, I will say. Also, they keep taking my cell phone away from me, which I don't understand. I'm in the bathroom hiding from the guards, just trying to send the warden a picture of my vagina, and next thing you know, I'm in trouble for it. So, I'm still getting used to all the rules here. Not quite sure how it works or who's in charge, really. But the reason I'm calling is actually I'm in a bit of a bind, and I need some commissary money. So if you guys could just e-transfer me, $3.8 million, I'll make sure to get it back to you as soon as I get released. But I am in here for a life sentence, so it might be, at least a couple months. Alright, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Great news! We've heard from Felicia Saitoti. Of course, old slobs of the show will remember reached out to us many, many months ago. Just happened by, she happened upon our email and was like, hey, guys, I could really use a hand. And we were there for her.
Yeah, she needed a hand. She needed to get some money over to the across the border. I can't remember what landed her in jail, but hey, good to know we have listeners in was it San Jose?
San Joaquin.
I think it was San Jose.
Okay.
Anyway, hey, thanks for reaching out. We'll definitely get our account San Joaquin.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get our people to reach out to your people, and we can set up a call. Maybe we talk about what kind of car rentals you need.
This is a good opportunity, Cam, to maybe work with Brian from Enterprise.
Hey, Felicia, you said you're not going to be there in a few months. Let me set up a call to make sure you can get picked up.
Well, I mean, that's the core.
Pick you up.
I mean, after Felicia's, after both her father and ex-husband flew helicopters into each other, I'm sure she's going to want to stay on ground travel for the next little while, because she unfortunately she will be in prison for a long time. Of course, Felicia Saitoti generously donated us well more than $3.8 million, so I think we could provide those funds in no problem.
Well, Cam, I don't think we can. I think we should take this offline because remember I was telling you about that gambling school I was in.
Yes, of course, the gambling school.
Yeah, we'll talk about it offline.
Okay. Well, let's here. Do you want me
about it offline?
Do you want me just turn off? Do you want me to turn off?
Put it on pause.
Record for a second. Okay. So let me turn off the recording. Okay. What do you mean?
Yeah, money's gone. Money's gone.
We don't.
No, it's okay. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. It's gone.
The money in which Felicia donated us. Like we still have the.
Oh, that's gone. That's.
We still
got some prop bets this weekend though.
We still have the money from Dr. Lehman, the $20 million that she gave us. That's still probably.
Yeah, see, I was sure he was gonna say proper 12 in the octagon.
Okay, what do you mean? Well, Cam, these were just little silly prop bets we made between ourselves.
That's I was pretty confident.
Okay, well, Cam, no, it was just a bet between you and I. You don't have to give me a $20 million sum just because you lost a bet.
It's not even with a real commission anymore. It's we didn't move buildings for nothing. We got sharks after us.
Like because of our scathing review of Shark Tale? You mean that, is this because, Cam? Now I noticed that now you woke up the other morning and you had like a dead shark's head in your bed. Which I can only assume, which is the calling card of the Italian American Commission for Italian Stereotypes in Film. After our choice words about the film Shark Tale.
You notice that someone keeps coming around calling, asking if we want shark fin soup. Put two and two together, Cam. Hey, let's get back to the podcast.
Let me press record.
We lose any more listeners. Oh, wow. Felicia, thanks for calling in. We'll set that up. We'll get Enterprise to come pick you up. We need a car? We'll come pick you up. Enterprise rent a car. Brian from Enterprise rent a call.
Do you want to try that one again?
Brian, hey, Cam.
Yeah.
Nice to hear from you. How you doing today, Cam?
I'm doing great.
It's Brian calling. How you doing?
Brian, I'm Pastor Brian. Why?
No, it's Brian from Enterprise rent a car. Over the hill.
Brian who?
I'm over the hill. How are you doing?
Oh, Mr. Over the Hill. It's nice to we go to church together, correct? You're the one always in those nice mid-sized sedans and compact electric vehicles. You always have such a great car collection, Mr. Over the Hill.
Hey, speaking of vehicles.
Okay.
How are you getting around?
Of course, we have the 2012 Honda Odyssey. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great for the kids. Great for the kids because we're
Hey,
always
Cam,
going back and forth.
Maybe we can talk about your needs.
Needs.
Needs. Hey, how are you getting around? The car's not going to last forever.
Yep, and then we'll probably,
Set up a call?
we
Wanna set up
love
a
the
call?
2012 Odyssey so much, we'll probably just
set up a
buy
call?
a new one when we're done. Because if there's one brand of car that's never going to die, it's the minivan.
I hear you. So
Yeah.
how about the airport? Do you park it at the airport?
Park and fly. We love our park and fly.
Ooh, those fees, I hear they're going up.
Going up. Well, that's not good. We are
No.
we're a modest family of 7.
How about this, Cam?
We can't afford.
It sounds like you got a problem with the airports. What are you traveling like 4 or 5 times a month? We'll call it 7 times. We'll call it more than weekly. Going to the airport.
Yeah, well, me and the kids were often traveling around as I sell my wares and goods. I am a traveling
traveling
stand
man.
mixer.
Stand
Seller,
mixer,
so I kind
yeah.
of go from I need to go from place to place, and I need all my children to
place.
pack their luggage full of these stand mixers, so I can then go from Seattle to Oregon, and then
How's your Tuesday
back
looking?
to Seattle. It's
How's your Tuesday? Your Tuesday looking good for a little disco? We can run a little disco call?
my shoes.
A little disco call? A little discovery call? How's that sound? Yeah? All right. I'll book you in. What's your email?
Book me in for what?
Oh, yeah. I'll bless you.
Are you going to sell me a
pod?
new Honda Odyssey?
You're not going to believe it when you see it. You got to do you can't refuse. It's Brian. Over the hill.
Mr. Over
Brian
the
Over the
Hill.
Hill.
I know. We've been speaking this whole time. Are you having a stroke? Because you were so lively when this conversation started.
Listen, I'm a salesman.
I
I'm a sales guy. I'll enterprise.
barely catch what you're saying.
Listen. I got a deal you can't refuse. You got to put too much? Huh? 2 o'clock, Tuesday. I'll talk to you then. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Another
Who was that?
two exclusive voicemails in one episode. I hope we get more voicemails in the future.
Wow. What a conversation. Thanks, Felicia. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, someone had to reach out. Someone had to reach out to us out of all of our donors. Of course, twoceesinapod@gmail.com. You know where to find it.
Not gmail.com. Hey, let's play a final game of the evening.
Sure. What do you want to play, Sonny?
What game do you want to play? Would you like to play a game?
Cam, I set you up for the introduction. I set you up for the intro.
Oh. Have you ever seen the movie it's called Escape Room on Netflix?
No.
It's like a really shitty ripoff of Saw, but it's perfect.
Okay.
So they have to go to an escape room. They're 6 strangers that don't know anything about each other. And then the escape room, which is normally just an escape room, right? Mm-hmm. Turns out the consequences for failing are much worse than you would expect. Escape Room coming to Netflix today. And it turns out all the characters maybe have a dark secret that gets revealed in the movie. A+. Hey, let's play a game. It's called Headliner Asinine, everyone.
There we
know,
go.
Hey, hey, hey. Headline or asinine.
Holy smokes,
Oh,
Cam.
my
This is off the
Lord.
rails. Has
I've
my
ne-
brain gone to mush today or
I
what?
know. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with you. Usually your segues are succinct and taking up approximately 45 seconds, but today your segues have been, minute and a half minimum.
Oh, my brain. Man, I have been working.
We got to
my
keep it
dawn
going.
off.
How do we play the game?
Okay, so the game is played by finding a headline.
Okay, step 1.
Find headline. Step 2, read it to partner. Third, partner analyzes whether it's bologna or salami.
Okay, bologna salami. Now we're talking here.
The deli gives them the meat. and he tells him, the customer tells him whether he wanted bologna or salami. So let's play a little game here. I think that's clear as mud, I think.
Clear as mud is what I would say. Let's play some bologna or salami. Headliner asinine, Cam. Wow.
I'll crack it off.
Go for it.
Anal swabs to become China's number 2 method for COVID-19 testing.
Ooh, this one has a lot. Because what would be more invasive, Because they shove it right up your nose. It kind of hurts. But I imagine, inserting a little cotton swab anally, there could be a little tickle there. Maybe even a little tee-hee. A little something, a little fun. Now, this goes both ways because I could, I guess the closer you are to the source, the better. And also, this seems like the type of thing that China's not the type of country to, let you do stuff that you don't want, or,
To say no?
Say no, or say, like, hey, do what you want. They're not one of those type of places. So I could see them, just kind of stopping people, bend over, stick them in. As long as it's moist before they do it, I got no problem with it. I feel more bad for the nurses who have to administer this test all the time.
I would say especially because diarrhea is a symptom of coronavirus.
Yeah, and just like staring down the barrel of someone's butthole, like that's
staring in the window of your old apartment.
That's an intimate experience that I don't want to experience, that I don't want to go through with every single doctor or nurse. So I'm gonna say that's asinine.
That is a headline, my friend. China's not happy about it, to say the least. So some people are tweeting on their closed loop platform basically saying, like, what the fuck? Because that's super embarrassing to be like, pull them down, Junior, and then spread them apart and don't let any gas out of the tank. Anyway, yeah, so because they're doing it for the most vulnerable population because apparently it's more accurate testing. So basically, we're getting old men pull down their pants, stick up a cotton swab up there, do a little circle, and then double check up the nose.
I like that.
So yeah, it's real.
As long as they're using...
Please note, they are using 2 separate...
That was my biggest question,
yeah.
Because as long as they're not going ass to nose, that would just be terrifying.
I call that a party.
Okay, you ready for your first headline?
Send it.
Bologna or salami? No, it would be salami or bologna. That's what it is. Salami or bologna. Oklahoma woman had to poop so bad she led police on a high-speed chase.
I think that would be her excuse when she gets to it. But then again, I don't know. If you got pulled over, Cam, and you're like, they come to the, when they're taking a while to get to the window. Say you get pulled over and you're like, oh my God, I gotta go so bad. And then, Officer Randy back there is taking, the old, like, I gotta check in on CRB
breaker
826. Yeah, we just could run that plate. Oh, there's a parking ticket. When's it from? Could you run that street address for me, please? And they're taking like 8 minutes. And you're breaking down beads of sweat, and you're like, I got nothing left. I'm gonna blow. I gotta get to a KFC. Give it back where it started from.
Jesus.
I think that's a potential, but I realistically think that that's just what she said. It's like, why'd you flee off? She's like, I had to poop. That's give me some salami.
That's salami there for you, buddy. This is a story about this 28-year-old Emily Owings of Oklahoma. Police.
OKC.
OKC. Emily Owings, after a police officer noticed that she wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so he makes a traffic stop. She had no insurance, no ID of any kind, except for a medical marijuana card.
Nice.
And when the officer runs her info, he notices that she has a revoked driver's license. The officer...
what do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect, right? When the officer says he's going to check the system for any of her outstanding warrants, the woman tearfully pleads and says, but I have to poop so bad, officer. It's my birthday. It's my fucking birthday. Why won't you just let me go? Can I please go home and poop? Was
it her birthday?
I don't know. They didn't specify that. But, that's a plea. Just like, please, I have to poop so bad. I have to poop so bad. You know, that's a plea, of course. You know, of course, the officers run her information once you find out that she does have 2 outstanding warrants out for her arrest after she assaulted a police officer. When the officer tells her this and asks her to get out of her car, she speeds off, leading police on a 20-minute chase where she hit speeds upwards of 70 miles per hour, blowing through stop signs and streetlights and all those things, before ultimately surrendering down to the cops. After she made her way back into the cruiser, she asked one final time, "Officer, can I poop in your car?"
And his answer was
no. I imagine she shot. And I imagine you can't really shit right away when you get to jail. I imagine there's like a little bit of a processing time, and then of course you have to sit on the toilet in front of everybody.
And body cavity search too.
Oh my god, I would love that though. You get the finger up there to almost let everything release.
Oh man, that'd be brutal.
I don't think they could. I don't think they could add to your sentence if you shit on them when they're doing a body. That can't.
I think they could.
We'll see. We'll see about that one. But either way, in this circumstance, it didn't work.
Salami or meatball, Cam?
You mean bologna?
Yep. Woman stalled the robber by giving him a blowjob until the police arrived.
Now this would be a good way to thwart. This sounds like a great strategy. I can really wonder what the relationship was. You know, what are you stealing that is so valuable that you're willing to give a gum ding until the cops get there? Unless it's somebody who's like close to you and you're just sucking off, you know, like a friend or an ex-lover, you know, like a penis you've had before. Because I can only imagine that it is so incredibly difficult that first time you see a new dong. You're like, here we go again. Like, it looks a little bit different than the other ones. They all look a little bit different, I'm sure. So I like to hope that they were stealing something of great value, and this was like an ex-partner instead of like, they were stealing relatively nothing, and this was a stranger. But let's go with it. It's a headline.
It is Salami. That is correct. So this was from the Czech Republic, and this article is actually in Czech. And as much as I pretended that I could speak Czech when I was there, I had to translate it to English. So this is from a Reddit comment. The guy sums it up here. Basically, the 24-year-old guy arrived to the station, gave a few punches to the clerk there, got some money from the cash register, then entered the office room. There was a second employee in the office who left by the back door and called the police. Then, somehow, the 36-year-old Czech lady entered the office via the back door. The news also mentioned they got locked out there. So I assume they meant they got locked in there, who started to please the guy orally. According to the news, after the police arrived, the lady's first words were, "Take him. I cannot do it anymore."
Did he finish?
It doesn't have that. I can't read Czech.
Oh, so did you Google Translate this?
No, so this is off a Reddit comment. Someone who could speak, obviously a little bit of both. Gave me the 411, as they say.
Gave you specifically. You were like, hey, I need to know about this.
Can someone read this to me?
Here we go. Cameron. Hi or no Ohio. Melting glaciers in Alaska will uncover decades of human poop.
Melting glaciers in Alaska will uncover. Yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, you just think about it. Pangea was a pretty big place, and Alaska always wasn't where it was. Now, the thing is, it would have to freeze, right? Because otherwise, it'll just decompose. So that goes against my theory. So basically, you need to poop. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. If it was cold up there before, you poop, it sticks in the snow, and then it melts, and then it's like, oh, would you look at that? Headline, give me a little salami.
That's a big old piece of salami right there, Cam. You're kind of right. This is happening, story out of North America's tallest mountain, which is Denali Mountain in Alaska, which experts believe is covered with approximately 60 tons of human poop. This is a result of people climbing the mountain for years. The National Park Service believes that climbers generate about 2 metric tons of poop a year, roughly 4,040 pounds of it. Hikers, used to follow an unwritten code, a protocol, if you will, right? Where they would poop in various snow pits here and there. There was sort of a place that you could do it. But since that old climate change came around, global heating, whatever you want to call it, researchers are noticing that a lot of that poop is resurfacing downstream when it begins to melt. So for anybody around that area, the water coming down from these glaciers is going to have a lot of feces in it. So from here on out, climbers have to poop in a can that they can carry and it can be disposed of properly. The can that they give you, it can hold from 10 to 15 pounds of poo. That's a lot of poo when it's completely full. And due to the high altitude of your climb, your poo will freeze and it won't smell anymore. So it's not even that terrible to have carrying around with you. So there you go.
Well, that's some formidable news. I never knew he did for that, but I know Mount Everest is just a wasteland full of garbage because of so many people climbing it.
I bet, yeah. It's just a bunch of fucking Snicker wrappers.
Well, it's not so much that. It's like oxygen tanks.
Babies. Just so many babies. Just litter.
So much useless garbage. Hey, a little bit of salami or a little bit of bologna here. Some dogs in California are receiving the COVID vaccine before long-term care residents.
Dogs, like those celebrity dogs, like Paris Hilton's little dog, of course.
The people in. I thought you were gonna say the Entourage dogs.
The Entourage dogs. Sure, why not? But yeah, sounds weird, but not outside. I mean, money will buy anything. If you have the cash and you want your dog to be, sick, or rather you want your dog to be healthy, well, that's what you got to do. My only thing there is how often are you bringing your dog around so many people that it could then even potentially be a concern? I mean, your dog sees what? Maybe 3 people a day it touches. Maybe. On a good day, it'll touch 4.
Our breeder, for the first 16 weeks, something like that, I don't know, she recommended that the dogs see 100 people a week.
That's a lot of people. And you kind of have to...
She recommended going to the market and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to go to a dog park or, those things where you're constantly inviting people over, hey, just play with the dog, and things like that, which, would be possible. But yeah, I mean, I guess in that case, if you're just pawning your dog around, then sure, you want to keep him safe. I'm going to say that's asinine.
Yeah, that's some baloney. They call it hammers. Send me one.
Salami or bologna? Louisiana town has $100,000 in damage after unusual seagull migration causes poop massacre.
I think they're using the word massacre loosely, because I personally think if we look up the definition of massacre, I assume it involves human death. But I think that just means they migrated and there was several buildings, several cars just covered in bird shit. Yeah, the old hockey stick curve for global warming. It's an Ovechkin curve, so we're getting quite a bit of whip on that stick. So yeah, things are changing quickly, and the times they are changing. It's a little bit of salami.
That's a big old piece of bologna for you, Cam. I made it up.
Oh, God. Fuck.
Well, that's the game. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't get them.
I guess. I hate losing, Cam.
I know you do, Cam. That's all the time that we have for this week on the show. We hope you liked it. Of course, rate, review, like, and subscribe. The podcast is all over the place. Remember to reach out to us because we love getting more voicemails, emails, anything like that. And Cam, we are nearing at the end of Sober January for you. I'm sure you have so many things to look forward to in the next few days. And
Actually, this got released on February 1st.
Aw. Happy February.
Happy February.
Aw.
Who's your Valentine?
Aw.
Happy Super Bowl.
Happy Super Bowl. Aw. Aw. Anyways, that's all I got. Just reach out to us and we'll be back next week.
Hey, never forget everyone. Elvis Presley, Natural Blonde. They know how to have more fun. Talk to you next week.
Take care, folks.
Continuing
Tonight on Two C's in a Pod. 96.7 on your... Two C's in a pod, 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 two C's just like two C's in a pod, because we're two C's in a pod, just like two C's in a pod, two C's in a pod at gmail.com.